Hello and welcome back to Stockman Originals. I'm Brian Stockman, your host. Anyway, your sick host. Pardon my got a cold voice, but so I do. Anyhow, last week I did a carving of a bear out of black pipestone. It was for a pipe. This is the piece here, and it got a lot of attention, and it made me think that maybe you guys would like to see a little bit more of this sort of stuff. So this, as I said, was black pipestone, and it comes from someplace, I'm not quite sure of the source, but it's in Canada. I think it's near the Great Lakes, not positive, but it's very close in composition to the red pipestone, but different in color. I was mistaken into thinking that this was actually sourced at the same quarry as the red, but it is not. The red comes, well, in red or speckled with pink, almost into a purplish, a light purplish hue up in here, and very speckled. The red stone also comes in a variety of hardnesses. This piece, I'm pretty sure, is the hard stuff. This is the good soft stuff. This stuff is a bear to work with, and this is very pleasant. This is what the black looks like in its natural state, but when you add oil, and in this case I use bear oil because I made a bear. No, anyway, it looks a lot like soapstone, which this is soapstone from Finland, of all places. Here I sit in New Hampshire with a piece of Finnish soapstone, but they look very similar, but they carve a little different. I think I prefer this, to be honest. Anyway, that was all about the black stuff. Now, I've made a variety of pipes over the years. This is a fun one that I've got. This is I patented this after examples that I've seen from the mound builders of the Cahokia region, Mississippian mound builder folks, and I always liked it. Thought I ought to carve one of them, so I did. Let's see. This is one that I like a lot. It's an Inuit style pipe. Of course, they didn't have pipestone to work with, but they did use different materials. They even used, and don't try this at home, lead, because nobody told them that it'd make you sick. Nobody told the Romans either, so it's not just them. Anyway, so I used pipestone, and I thought to contrast the red with, this is a young walrus tusk. I thought the contrast was really nice. And someday, when I'm bored, I'm going to scrimshaw this all up. But this is my own, so it's no rush. Oh, here's another similar style pipe. The bowl is broken, so I'm going to, I've already removed that, and I'm going to make a new one, make a new bowl. But I like this, the base. This is a sperm whale tooth that I carved into this neat little diamond pattern shape, and then I've inlaid it with baleen, and I've scrimshawed some hunting scenes on there. That's hunting caribou. This one's out hunting whale, a walrus. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Just need to fix it back up again. Let's see, this is a fun one. This is a swordfish bill that I bored out. The swordfish bills are very porous, I found, and getting a hole down through the center wasn't the hardest part. Keeping it from leaking air was the hardest part. So I actually poured beeswax down the stem, and then I'd run a hot rod through it, which would disperse the beeswax out into the chambers in the outskirts there. And I repeated that process until I could blow through it and hold air back by plugging the end. When you see it feels a little loose, and this is what happens with any wooden stem that goes into like a stone or something. When you smoke it, the moisture from whatever you're smoking will expand. It'll swell the wooden end, okay? And so in doing so, it crushes the grain of the wood, And when you don't smoke out of it for a while, it dries out and gets loose. It's kind of like an axe head. You know, if you hang a handle on an axe head in the wintertime when it's nice and dry, it'll be tight. And then the summer comes and the humidity rises and it gets really tight, and it's so good until the next winter when it dries out again. Then it wobbles. That's when you start putting your wedges in. But anyhow, same idea. The bowl is a man and a woman sitting with their backs resting against the bowl, and I've got a floral design going on the side. This is considered kind of a Micmac style with the bowl in the center, and I've got another one here to show you that is the same sort of style. I like that. I'm from New England, and I like the northeastern styles, but I also do a lot of the Western styles as well. Can't get much more Western than Inuit. And go any further west and you get wet. So those are all Pipestone. Oh, wait, I got more. These are little personal pipes that are also of the Pipestone variety, based after the Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings kind of elvish sort of thing. Here's another one that's really kind of cool because it's got the Pipestone bowl, but it's also, the stem is made out of buffalo horn. And I like that contrast as much as I do the white and the red. The black and the red looks really sharp together. When my bowls break, and they do occasionally, they'll fall to their own, usually from mishandling. I got another one around here somewhere. I save them. This one, the socket broke out, and this is from that whale's tooth one. I've got another one kicking around. At some point, I'll find a special place on the property and lay them to rest. But I never throw a piece of pipestone away. I've only just now started not saving the dust from sawing them out. You can make paint out of the dust, add it to hide glue or whatever, and makes a nice red pigment. But I've got every chip, every piece that I've cut off. I consider that it's sacred material, special at the very least. If I can make a bead out of it, I save it. So the last one that I'm going to show you today is kind of a pretty thing. This is one of the first pipes I made of this style, again with the Micmac style bowl. But this isn't pipestone technically. This is a slate, and it actually was the slate from a pool table. Slate makes a nice pipe as long as you vet it first with a little bit of water to test if there's any cracks in it. And what I mean by vetting it is along the edge of your stone, if you paint several stripes of water across the ends, and if there's a crack in there, that water will run up the crack. A crack you might not even see, but that water will show you it, darken it, So if you are sure that there's no cracks in it, I made this a long time ago, and I have used it a lot of times over the years, and I've never had a problem with it. And slate comes in a variety of hardnesses too. This is a green slate. It works very nicely. I've worked with some plum-colored slate that's very neat looking stuff. It has these greenish, ghostly waves through it, and it carves very nicely. It's a softer variety like this. Now, if you get a hold of a piece of red, made that mistake, that stuff is a lot harder than the green and plum colored ones. I think gray is a soft one. There's a Munson slate that's black, which I've seen pipes made out of that, and it's beautiful jet black, just like this bear. Yeah, it works good. So anyway, I just thought you'd get a kick out of these different smoking implements. This is my stash of pipestone. I'm so psyched. I was down to crumbs at one point. Now I got a bunch of it. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Hope this was interesting, and you get to maybe someday try a little bit of pipestone. Pipestone, the red pipestone comes from a town called Pipestone, Minnesota. Go figure. So if you're ever in that neck of the woods, you got to get a piece and give it a try. It's wonderful to carve. It doesn't have grain like wood, so you can carve it very easily, and it will last forever. They dig these things up still today, and they look brand new. So it's fun to leave something behind that'll outlast you. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll talk with you again sometime soon.